Good morning, everybody. Or nobody at this present moment. Oh, let's see if I'm working here. I didn't plug up my little window lights. Let me plug up my window lights. Are y'all up this morning? Everybody having their coffee? All right, I see numbers. So I'm only going to be on for a minute. I am not doing anything. I have already been doing things around the house, and it is 8:19, give or take a minute or two here in South Carolina. And I'm trying to get all my chore stuff out of the way early. I got that advice from my sister yesterday. She's saying, you know, and I do pretty good, but she says, if you get up and, you know, get dressed and get all your little chores done, you'll just do better. And I do better that way, which I do a lot like that. And I do get dressed every day. But I started earlier this morning. As soon as Matt left around 7-ish, I went and got dressed and started. I've already vacuumed. I've already done another video, and I thought I would just get on here because I'm probably not going to be doing too many videos the next couple of days because I'm trying to get some things done around the house. Good morning. I see comments now. Hey, Judy and Laura, and oh, thank you, Judy and Holly. Good morning, Wilma, Teresa. Thank y'all for joining me in my kitchen this morning. So I'm just prepping some stuff right now. So yesterday I cooked some really good chicken in the oven. I baked it in a cast iron skillet, and I breaded it with the panko, the pork rind crumbs, and put some paprika and some garlic and salt and pepper and seasonings in the coating, and it was so good. And then I had cut up some potatoes with it, and I had some cauliflower that I roasted. It was really good, but I had more chicken than I needed, so I could put a little bit of chicken aside and put it in the refrigerator. And I thought I would cook it up today, and I will make one of my chicken divan casseroles maybe for tomorrow, which I won't do that on video because I've done chicken divan many times. It's one of our favorites. So I've got my chicken in here just in some water, and I'm just going to let it cook kind of slow because it'll get so tender. You could do it in your crock pot, which I have before, but I don't really have a ton of chicken in here, so this is boneless, skinless, and I'll just let it kind of cook low and slow. Good morning, Sally, and let's see, Debbie, another Judy. Thank y'all for joining me. So I just thought I'd get on here just to kind of say good morning, and I am going to make, the chicken divan's going to be for tomorrow, but tonight I'm going to have pork chops. We discontinued our butcher box. Not that there was anything wrong with it or anything, but sometimes we would go to the grocery store. Matt and I like bone-in pork chops, and they don't sell a bone-in pork chop. And then some of their roasts, that, you know, would be a little small. I'm like, that's a bite for me. Something like that. And, you know, we just decided for a change, you know, and we may someday go back to it. But so we're trying to use up some of the meat that's still in the freezer. And I do have, I think, several pork chops in there. And I told y'all, I always cut them in half because they're kind of thick. And I don't like those really thick pork chops. So see how thick these are? So I always cut them in half. So we're basically getting one pork chop each, but you're getting 2 slices, so you feel like you're getting 2 pork chops. Good morning, Phyllis and Pat. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got my container here because I'm going to cook those up tonight, and I'll just saute those up in a pan with some butter and some seasonings. But I thought I would just get on here and do this with y'all real quick. I can see, y'all, I've got a light up over here. I've drug out one of my, what you call them lights. Anyway, it's out, and it's giving me a little bit more light. I'm just going to cut this down the middle, and we'll have 2 thinner pork chops. I usually do a double. If you get 2 pork chops in a pack, I usually do 2 packs so that Matt will have leftovers. That's one food that I don't care for leftover is a pork chop. Let's see. Good morning, Krista. So, but Matt, when he took these out, he only got out 1 pack, so we're just gonna have 1 pack tonight. So, let me get this other one cut up. Good morning, Mr. T. Thunder has entered the room. He's been a good boy. Thunder, I put you some meat in your bowl. I didn't know, they were calling for possible storms here yesterday, which before I went to bed, I never heard or saw anything. And then this morning when I got up with thunder, the first time I opened the door to let him out, I don't know, I might have still been a little sleepy because it was like 4:30. And I didn't notice it, but then when I went to let him in, y'all, let me show him his bowl. He's got some meat in there. He doesn't know it's over here. Come here, buddy. I got you some bread. Get your bread. There it is. Yum. Anyway, when I opened the door to let him back in, I heard rain, and I was like, yay. So it was a nice little gentle shower. I think it's probably passed. I don't know if we're going to get any more today or not, but watered our flowers. I don't know how much rain we got because, like I said, I didn't even know it was raining. Okay. There's our pork chops. Wash my hands. Let's see. Good morning, Linda and Mary in Kentucky. Have y'all had your breakfast yet? I already had mine. I sure did. I'm going to turn this up just to get this going a little bit. All right, so we've got our pork chops all sliced up and ready to cook this evening. And I am going to pop these in the refrigerator. Y'all, the other day, the blueberry girls came over when I had my taco thing, and they picked a whole basket this size of blueberries. And a couple days ago, I was outside, you know, doing some watering and stuff, and I saw, ooh, we got a lot of blueberries that need to be picked. So I went out there and I picked another big thing of blueberries. These are Matt's blueberries that he's been growing. We've had such good luck with blueberries. And I only went like halfway down the little blueberry patch. We've got, I don't know if he's got 5 bushes out there, 4, I think 5. And the first 2 bushes are like the early whatever you call them. They give off fruit a little bit earlier. The other end is a little bit, they're not quite all purple. There are some that are blue, whatever they are. Anyway, so I'm gonna, what I do, and I did this to another bag. Let me see how it's doing. Where did I put it in? Hold on a minute, I'm just looking for, I thought I had put oh, here they are. So I had some left over that Lydia and Abby didn't take, and I decided I didn't wash them. I just put them in the freezer, kind of laid it flat, and look how loose they are. They're just like they were just picked, only they're frozen. which makes them so much easier to cook with or use them in smoothies or stuff, because when I get ready to use these, that's when I'll wash them. And so I've got this other batch that I'm going to put in a freezer bag. I'll probably keep them separate, so I'll use the ones that I did first, which I need to mark this bag. But anyway, aren't they gorgeous? How beautiful and blue they are. And then what am I gonna do with my pork chops tonight? Well, I think what we're gonna do, what is it, buddy? You see Callie Rose? You see Callie Rose? We're just gonna have us some LeSueur sweet peas. And I have 2 small sweet potatoes. We're just gonna have that with our pork chops tonight. And that is gonna be our meal for tonight. Laura's having pork chops for supper with fresh vegetables. That sounds delicious, as Matt would say. Delicious. Facebook's giving me messages again. No, I don't want to try that, Facebook. Not today. But anyway, that is my day so far. I've got to, the one thing I want to do next is I want to go put a load of laundry in. Y'all, I have washed 2 loads of laundry. And the 2 loads that I just washed recently, no problems with the washer. Fingers crossed, it's kind of fixed itself. It's done this before, but it lasted a long time this way, but it usually fixes itself. And so we're hoping it's going to last us a little bit longer. Good morning, Diana in Hurricane, West Virginia. You did get me live, Rose. Thank you for joining me. Diane's doing stuffed peppers from Louisiana. It is, Terry. It really is. Good morning, Teresa and Janice. So I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to throw that load in. Like I say, I've already vacuumed. I might piddle and do a little pickup. My sister's good advice, and I'm going to pass it on to y'all, and she is right. She says, like, if you're watching a TV program, and words of wisdom from Lisa, that's what we'll call this segment. And she says, if a commercial comes on, get up and do something. The smallest little thing. If you have a little corner you want to go put some things away, or you want to fold a few clothes, or you want to go dust one little piece of furniture or something. She said, in that little commercial break, you can get so much done. And she's right, but don't tell her I said so. Anna's having pork chops and cabbage. Well, it must be National Pork Chop Day. Hey, Kim in Kannapolis. Ain't that a big race town? Good morning, Iva. So I'm going to get off here, y'all. I'm going to let this chicken just really slowly cook. It is so tender if you cook it like that. It's like cooking it in the crock pot almost. And then I'll make my chicken divan for tomorrow. But I'll at least have my chicken cooked. I've got my vegetables here that I'm going to have with our pork chops tonight. And I'm just going to go put these in a bag and label those so I know. That's fine, Claire. You can always watch the replay. And y'all, if you like my videos, will you give me a thumbs up or a heart or a comment or something? I would sure appreciate that. All right, I'm going to get off here, y'all. I'm going to get that laundry done and maybe do a few little chores. I'm going to find me a movie to watch. The only problem with my movie, Lisa, is I pull them up on Amazon Prime, but they do have commercials. They do. They've got like 2-minute plus commercials. So I was going to say, if they don't have commercials, so I won't be able to do that. But, oh well, they do have commercials, so I will be able to get up and do something. So I'm going to be very productive today. And so shout out to Lisa for lighting the fire. And I will see y'all again real soon. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your pork chop on National Pork Chop Day in our house. And we will see you again soon. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.